So, the last love note, I love the British accent. I cannot believe that people have to work 8 hours a day. I had no idea that this book would be available through Libby. It's the edges for me. He felt like, are you trying to tell me this baby isn't mine? Not me already wanting to quit on the second day. I just need all the encouragement. I need all the encouragement. What a great way to end the work week. She missed me and I missed her. I love the Spectrum blend. They were never able to learn how to regulate their emotions properly. I love how the book explores questions of belonging. Maybe because they said you'll laugh and cry, and I'm like, okay, well, let's get to the laughing. Actually, a really beautiful day outside, so I'm hoping that I get out for a bit of fresh air. Hey, happy Monday. I hope that your week is off to a fantastic start, darling. Mine's is, I just left the chiropractor, so my back is feeling very revived and very relieved. Highly recommend if you have not tried the chiropractor, do your research, make sure that you're a good fit. Gotta throw a disclaimer out there. I thought it would be fun for us to do a week in the life. I have not done one in a while. It's time. Let's hang out together. Let's read some books. Let's do some things. The book that I am currently reading is titled In a Single Moment, and it is by Imogen Clark. I believe that's how you pronounce the name. I was going to buy the book on Amazon, and then I saw that Kindle Unlimited had it available, so I was so happy. The audio version is available with it. Love that for me, okay? So I've been able to read on the Kindle when I have downtime, and then when I'm moving it out and about, then I can listen. Love that for me, which I need to listen now. So yesterday was Mother's Day, which was awesome. I had such a great time. Got to go to brunch with my mom, my grandmother, my sisters, friends, Tristan. It was just such a grand time. And then came home, got to relax. They made dinner for me. It was just so beautiful. But what they did was leave the kitchen a mess. They're like, okay, we'll give her today off, but come Monday, baby, you're back on. So the kitchen is trashed. So I was like, all right, before I can even start my day, I need to clean up this kitchen. So I'm going to pop on the headphones, get back into this book, and I'll update you guys a little bit later. That took way longer than I expected. Those countertops were disgusting. Oh my God. So there was a lot of scrubbing involved. And oh my God. So this morning I overslept. I don't oversleep. I barely get to sleep as it is because sleep issues with the Lily. She slept in, I slept in. We did not get up until 8:26. She has to be to therapeutic learning, her version of school, at 9 o'clock. So waking up at 8:30 is way too late, but I don't know. I guess I just needed the rest. So I love that for me. So she was only like 5 minutes late, but because she was a little bit late, I didn't get to make her lunch. So I did have to pause on cleaning up, make her some lunch, and take it to school. But I didn't even get to tell you guys what In a Single Moment is about. So it's following these two ladies, Michelle and Sylvie. They basically had their babies on the same day, right next to each other in a hospital bed. Sylvie is a first-time mom. I believe she's 40, but I'm not really sure, but she's a first-time mom. And then Michelle, she's actually having her fourth child. And basically the story is following how Michelle feels like her daughter, Donna, is not her child. She's really struggling. She really feels like they must have been switched at birth. She's a lot easier, and her husband are like, oh, maybe we got lucky this time around. And she's like, yeah, maybe. And that's what she believes at first. But then she's like, Donna doesn't look anything like us. I'm almost sure that other lady, Sylvie, has our daughter. And Sylvie ended up naming her daughter Leonora. So it's not Lenora, it's Leonora, which is so funny. I love the British accent. So that is one reason I say darling the way that I do. Love accents in general, but I really love like British accents. And I know that there are just so many different variations, but I just think they're all so fun. Like, I like how they say bits, and her daughter went to go see a movie and she was like, oh my God, it was a real ace. And I'm just like, I guess it means it was lit, it was good. So the language, the slang, it's so much fun to listen to. But anyway, a lot of people think that Michelle is crazy. She brought it up to her husband. At first he felt like, are you trying to tell me this baby isn't mine? And she's like, no, I'm trying to say that she is not ours. I think that there was some type of mix up back at the hospital the day that they were born. Both of the moms wanted some rest, so the babies went to the nursery. And when they got ready to go home from the hospital, her daughter was not in the correct outfit, but she didn't think anything of it. She was like, maybe they just needed to change the nappy. AKA diaper. So she was just like, whatever. So she brings it up to the husband and he's just like, girl, you need to chill. Maybe you're going through like postpartum. So since the husband does not take her serious, she goes back to the hospital and she's like, has anyone come in and had any doubts about their baby? Have you guys ever mixed any babies up? Stuff like that. The hospital reassures her. They say like, maybe you're just going mad. So she's like, you know what? It is what it is. It's a beautiful story about being so fixated on the what if that you can't even appreciate the what is. She loves Donna and she's taking very good care of her. You can also tell that there's like some overcompensation going on because she's unsure, and she hates that. She really does hate that she has these feelings, that she thinks she might not be her biological child, but she's like, I just can't help it. It's been a pleasure to raise Donna, but I just want to know if Leonora is my child. We as the reader have no idea if these babies were switched. All we have to go off of is Michelle's intuition. And it's so ironic that now I'm just hitting the part in the story where Sylvie and her husband Jeremy are dealing with some behavior issues with Leonora. So I'm very interested to see if now that they are having complications with this child, is that what's going to spark Sylvie to want to find Michelle or get in touch with her or something like that, or if she's just gonna deal with it. I don't know, but Jeremy's like, hey, this kid is very different from us. And I think that is so funny. Me and husband, we do that all the time. I'm just like, she must get that from you, or he must get that from you. And then he'll do the same thing, like, we get that from you. So it's just so funny how we as parents, we do that when we see certain traits that are wildly different than us. We try to blame the other parent. I was really in the mood for a story about motherhood and the exploration of motherhood. So that's why I decided to pick up this book. And so far I am really enjoying it. But for now, I have to get dinner started. It is 2:16 and Lily gets picked up from school at 4 o'clock. So I only have a little bit more time to myself. So I'm going to get dinner started. I like to plan out the menu for the week. So I usually look and see what we already have, try to make food with what we have so stuff doesn't go bad, and I can save money when I go grocery shopping at the store. It's absolutely beautiful outside. So I really do want to get out for a bit of fresh air. So I love saying it like that. I would be cutting up if I had an accent, you guys, just so you know. Even though obviously people that have an accent, it's regular for them. So I probably wouldn't be cutting up. It would just be the way that I would speak. But since I don't, and I aspire to have one, darling, I'm gonna be cutting up if I ever get me a bit of an accent. Friends, I am so sleepy, so I need a whole lot of Jesus and coffee today. Justice was up from 2 o'clock in the morning to like 5 o'clock in the morning. So then I finally went to sleep sometime between 5 and 5:30. I am exhausted. I am so sleepy, but I guess I better get used to this because I do have work tomorrow. Tomorrow is actually my first day of work. I am very excited and anxious about this. I can already tell Justice is going to have to adjust. She's very much a creature of habit. She loves a routine. Her big sister is going to have to pick her up every day now. And yesterday I was like, okay, you go pick up just so we can see how this is going to go. She was so sad and thrown off, and then she was all over me when she got home. So I'm really nervous as to how she's going to adjust to this, but I know that she can adjust. I know that she will adjust. It just makes me a little bit nervous. So yeah, my poor little nugget. But anyway, I am about 328 pages out of 386 pages in a single moment. I will say that there are moments where it feels a little repetitive. You do have to be invested in this storyline in order to enjoy this book. I do think it's a very niche target audience, so I don't think that this is a book that I would recommend to everyone. I'm just enjoying the story and everything that it is taking a look at regarding motherhood and just trusting yourself, trusting your gut, trusting your instinct. Like, I'm loving going on the journey with Sylvie because she's the one who did not want to be a mother. So just to see her navigate motherhood, she's also struggling with some of that, not being able to accept what is, so worried about what could have been because she never really wanted children. She did it for the sake of her husband, and then I can kind of relate to that. I always knew that I did want to be a mother, but I did want to stop after Mikey. That is why there is such a massive gap between Mikey and Lily. Husband actually wanted one more. I'm like, I don't know why. We have a daughter and a son. There are no more options. So we got it right the first time around. But then the idea started to grow on me, and I know there's a lot of pressure for women who don't have children. They're always like, when are you gonna have kids? Do you want kids? Do you want kids? But there's also a lot of pressure for women who do have children already. If you only have one, a lot of people want to know, are you gonna have more? If you have 2 daughters or 2 sons, they're like, oh, are you gonna try again for a son? Are you gonna try again for a daughter? It's like, I have no control over the gender. Or in my case, I even had one of each, and they're just like, oh, you guys should do one more, blah blah blah. And it's just like this constant pressure from society to have more children. So I like that the book takes a deep dive into that, you know, how society pushes you to do this, and we just do it sometimes. So I really applaud women who stand firm in that. You know, if they don't want kids, they trust their gut, and they're just like, no, I know me, and I know that this is not something that I want. I don't want that level of responsibility. So I respect that. And I also know there are some women who maybe they just don't want it for different reasons, personal reasons, or maybe reasons attached to trauma or whatever, and then they get into that role and then they're able to thrive. They love it. So with Sylvie, I feel like her daughter is a little difficult, Leonora, and so she's blaming herself like, this is why I didn't want to be a mother. I've messed this girl up. When there is a situation going on with our child, or if they are difficult, or if things are not the way that we expected them to be, we instantly blame ourselves. Like, it must have been something that I did. And so she's just like, this is why I shouldn't have even had any kids, because my kid's really difficult and clearly it has to be my fault. And so it's just nice to see the author like explore nature versus nurture, and like I said, societal push to have children, how we do and how we don't trust our gut. It's not giving me 5 stars, but it is no less than a 3. It's going to be somewhere between like a 3 and 4. I'm enjoying the ride, and I am very interested to see if these girls were indeed swapped. At this point in the book, we still don't know if they've been swapped. But anyway, my sister is here, so we are going to get our laptops and go to a coffee shop and just try to be productive for a little bit. Hopefully once I'm done with that, I can come back and take a nap because your girl is tired today. Finished in a single moment, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. The ending of the book, I do wish that it was a lot longer in that area. I really do. But I do understand and recognize the author was like, you know what? She didn't know if the kids were actually going to be swapped. There's a certain scene and she's like, that's when she knew if she wanted them to be swapped or not. I am not going to tell you guys if they were or not. You have to read and find out. I don't think that's technically a spoiler though, because I mean, it's really the premise of the book, but I just feel like you need to like read it and see for yourself. Were they swapped? How did it affect each mother? How did it affect the children? I love how the book explores questions of belonging, and if you feel out of place, what do you do with that? You know, how do you navigate appreciate that. And I love how the book also explores if you get questions that you've been yearning for answers to. Once they're answered, how do you feel? Does it change anything? There was so many things that I loved. It didn't have that wow factor. It's more on the lines of like a slow paced book, which was fine for that type of story. It doesn't need to be fast paced or medium paced. I still read it relatively quickly. I feel like my family is so loud in the background. But anyway, sidebar. I'm trying another Olipop. It's the tropical punch flavor. It's really good. It's so refreshing. It says it's like a vacation for your taste buds. Tropical punch, perfectly balanced pineapple, passion fruit, mandarin, and apple juice for a crisp, colorful, and nostalgic flavor, reminiscent of your favorite childhood fruit punch. I thought it was going to be like a knockoff of like Tahitian Treat. It's not, but it's really, really good. I'm loving it. That is so good. That is so refreshing. Anyway, in a single moment, I do recommend. I would land at a 4-star for that book. They were navigating very realistic challenges, very realistic questions, and it was very relatable if you are a mother or even if you're not. I do think it was a bit long. That's another reason I couldn't quite give it a 5-star. I feel like we could have pulled bits from here and there, and I do like the word bits now, so... I'm out of control. So yeah, I do feel like we could have pulled a few things from here and there, pushed that together, and then expanded the ending a little bit. But overall, I did enjoy the story and I do recommend. So I'm still in the mood to read something about motherhood. I'm in that mood wanting to read about how women are navigating motherhood, their thoughts, their feelings. I love the conversation around it. And so I did order some new books. I think I ordered like 3 or 4 and they have not arrived yet. But I'm always trying to prioritize my physical TBR, and I'm really trying to prioritize my book of the month. So this was my pick from November. Crazy, November 2023. Seems like it's going to be a good one. So she is a mother. She's going to be navigating work, friendships, and parenting of a 5-year-old son, and grief after her husband dies, which is so sad. Looks like she goes on a business trip and she gets stranded on a beach in Australia, which I love. That's why the little beach is here. So I was like, okay, we're going to get like some motherhood, some challenges, some grief, summer vibes, women's friendships. Love it. It says the last love note will make readers laugh, cry, and renew their faith in the resilience of the human heart. Recognizing that while you may never stop loving the one you lost, you can always find love again. Oh, that's so cute. Can't wait to get into it. Can't wait to have more of this, and can't wait to update you guys on my thoughts. Say happy Wednesday. Oh, you missed me. She missed me and I missed her. You so sweet. Kissy, kissy. Girl, I'm so happy we made it through the first day of work. Oh my God. So it was so many tech issues. I mean, for hours, but we made it through. We progressed. We got set up. All things went well. So I missed Lily while I was there. I was like texting Tristan. How's my boo? Oh my God. Other than that, everything went well. What is this sun glare I have going on? Okay, that's better. So the last love note, DNF. No, not for real. We'll probably get back to this before the end of the week, or maybe I'll get to it before the end of the month. It's just not even going anywhere really. I just expected a little bit more fun. I don't know why. Maybe because they said you'll laugh and cry, and I'm like, okay, well, let's get to the laughing. I don't know. I guess I'm just ready for something right now. We're just in this very extended scene of her son playing with this grenade because she was like talking to a friend and they were like bird watching, as they call it, pretty much like stalking out this hot guy next door. So that scene's just been going on and on and on. I'm literally starting chapter 5, almost 50 pages in. The prologue though was beautiful. It was so good. It actually hooks you and you just want to keep on reading. And then chapter 1 is good. And then, like I said, that scene to me, I feel like it was just going on and on too long. So I'm not hating it. It's just not giving me what I'm in the mood for right now. So I did find out on Libby, a book that I wanted to read is actually available on there. God, I love Libby so much. You guys have no idea I found out about this memoir. It is called Mother Noise by Cindy House. And basically this mother was a heroin addict and her son is like 11 or 12. He's of age now where she needs to tell him about her past. She doesn't want him to find out from someone else. So I just think this is about to be such a beautiful story. I am 23% through the story. It's actually a very short read. I'm enjoying it so far. Hopefully, like I said, we can get back to this before the end of the week, but if not, I will give you guys an update on Mother Noise because I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to finish this. It's really gonna suck if I finish the audiobook before the actual book comes. One of the main reasons I bought the physical copy is because they said it has pictures in it, and like I said, it's broken up into short essays, so I felt like that I could take my time and like read it slower. I had no idea that this book would be available through Libby. No idea, but I am glad that it is because this is more in line with what I'm in the mood for right now. I just need all the encouragement. I need all the encouragement. I need to feel seen, or I don't know. I just want to get into the brains of other mothers and just see what they thinking about, see how they working out this thing called motherhood. Quick meal prep because I don't want to have to eat fast food. Doesn't look the greatest, but it's going to be very nutritious and filling. Not me already wanting to quit on the second day. Oh my God. Oh, I had a sleepless night with Lil, but it wasn't too bad. She woke up around 3. We were asleep by 4:30. So this time it was only an hour and a half. I'm like, girl, I'm working now. You got to go back to sleep. But I am very, very sleepy. Anyway, this is a major adjustment for her. She is having a very tough morning. Tristan has already called because Tristan is responsible for dropping her off and picking her up now. Justice was crying. She was looking for me. She didn't want to get in the car. That makes me feel so sad. I feel like I am just uprooting her entire routine. So I was thinking about like, this is not gonna work. I'm already just gonna have to throw in the towel. My sister's like, it's fine. Just do your best. Just try as long as you can, you know? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show up for work today. I am already here extremely early. I was able to finish Mother Noise. Since I just finished it, I may have to like follow up a little bit later in the video with anything that I might forget because I don't have my notes. I'm actually just using my cell phone. But it was a really nice story about bravery. She was actually in a psych ward for some time. I do think it's important to check trigger warnings if you are like a recovering addict or if you've ever struggled with like suicide or suicidal thoughts. I like her style of writing, although I don't think that this memoir will work for everyone just because it's not like in chronological order. It's told in like short stories, and then I think she called them graphic narratives. So there's actual pictures in the book, and I am bummed out. I finished the book before the physical copy came, so I may even just return it. Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure the camera angle might look a little bit different. I got a phone call, and so I had to like readjust the camera. But anyway, she talks about like what causes like addicts to derail and why they pretty much turn to drugs is basically to cope. She talked a lot about emotional immaturity, which I thought was pretty cool to look at it that way. She was just saying that most addicts are emotionally immature because they were never able to learn how to regulate their emotions properly. They turn to either drinking or drugs or whatever to learn how to cope. She also brings up the fact that only 30% of people have a successful recovery. But then she's like, what does that look like? Because recovery is a constant journey. Like you're recovering every day. She even speaks to like days where when she lapsed, it was really just a decision. She's like, I just didn't tell myself no that day. She talks about how she thought overcoming addiction was going to be the hardest thing, but actually it's trying to protect your child. And I was so able to relate to that. Like, God, we try our hardest to protect these children, but there's just so much that's going to transpire and so much that they are going to go through, and we are unable to protect them all of the time. She also talks about like a very nasty custody battle and situation with her ex-husband and his wife. It was just so sad. The poor boy was going through it. However, her son actually turned out to be very kind and very gifted. He's actually an actor, and I thought that was so cool. I wish that she would have talked a little bit more about how that made her feel. I'm pretty sure she had a lot of anxiety about becoming a mother after being a heroin addict, but she didn't really talk about that a lot. She talked about her friendship with, I think his name is David Seabrist or something like that. I'm not sure who that is, but there's like a whole chapter dedicated to him. So I'm pretty sure he's kind of a big deal. I'm just not aware of him. I don't even know her actually. I just heard good things about the memoir, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And then it's just like a very very interesting story just to see how she was able to navigate life after being an addict. She talks about a lot, and so I do appreciate and respect her bravery. Yeah, and so if I have any more thoughts that I forgot to share, I'll share them later. I did read one more chapter of The Last Love Note, and it was okay, but it's still just not giving me what I want to give. So I don't know. We may have to pick another book. So stay tuned and we'll see. The nerve to come out with this beautiful special edition. Stop it. To end the work week, treating myself to a newly released book. Oh, I'm so excited. So I did go and grab Real Americans by Rachel Wong. I believe that's how you pronounce the last name. It's the edges for me. I could have ordered it on Amazon, but then when I saw that Barnes had the pink edges, I was like, I have to buy it in stores. Thankfully, it was $3 off. Woo! I better like this book. It was like $26, but it's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. And the blurb here says, from the award-winning author of Goodbye Vitamin, an exhilarating novel of American identity that spans 3 generations and 1 family and asks, what makes us who we are and how inevitable are our futures? I'm excited. I'm so excited. Oh, there was so many other good books. The new one from Heather Guttenkoff, her new book came out. Everyone is watching. Didn't know Ann Napolitano had a new book out. I think I found that out when I was shopping with like husband, but oh God, and I'm sorry, I spilled toothpaste on my shirt and there's like black naps because it's freezing at the job. So I was wearing like this Nordic beach because I was like, it is so cold in here. But anyway, yes, there's so many new books and all 4s came out. Stop playing with me. I have to get all 4s, but oh, I need to chill because I did just buy quite a few books off Amazon. Cannot wait to share those with you guys. But I cannot believe I made it through my first week of work. Today, I was like, I cannot believe that people have to work 8 hours a day. This is outrageous. This is so crazy to me, especially when it's both parents. So like mom and dad are out of the house minimum of 8 hours a day. That is crazy. And then I was telling my sister, like yesterday I was feeling it because you have to show up at work. So I went to work for 8 hours. Then I'm not gonna sacrifice being a good mom. So I had to go to Mikey's concert. He had a solo that was so much fun. They played some really cool songs. They did Dance the Night Away with Barbie. They did some Encanto songs. They had like some cool like theatrics. It was really fun. It was a very fun concert. I'm just so proud of Sonny because he had a solo. And like I said, we weren't gonna miss it. So then I went to the concert. We didn't get home till 8:30. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm expected to show up as a wife now and make dinner and like hang out with husband? No. It's like, husband, I gotta take a shower and go to bed. He's like, that's cool, let's watch the game. So I sat with him, we watched the game for a little bit, but Y'all, I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. This is a major adjustment, okay? I'm very thankful for Tristan, though. She was able to help out so much this week. Lily is struggling with the drop-offs and pickups without me, but I do think that next week will be better. She will become more acclimated with it, but this was a tough week for her, which is very understandable. She's been home with her mama for like 5 years, and I actually do enjoy what it is that I'm gonna be doing. We'll talk more about that another time, but yeah, at this point I just want to make it through training, okay? I just want to make it through training. We made it through, and I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for this book. Let's talk about, what is the name of that book again? The Last Love Note. I'm not gonna finish that right now. I will finish it before the end of the month, I hope, or I'll DNF it. You guys will find out either way when I do a May wrap up. I'm definitely gonna probably go back to monthly wrap ups, especially since I'm working. We probably won't have as many reading vlogs, so that way you can at least know what books that I have read. I'm probably going to start sharing my Goodreads in the description box. Oh my god, the coolest thing happened. Once I finished In a Single Moment, you guys will not believe this, I hit my reading goal for the year. So I have read 52 books, actually 53 since I read Mother Noise. 53 books so far this year. My reading goal for the year was 52 books, and I hit that already, and it's not even June. That's crazy. And it's so funny because I remember one of you said that like last month, like, girl, you're probably gonna read like 100 books this year. And I was like, 100? No way, that is way too many books. But she might be right, because here we are, not even halfway through, and I've already hit my reading goals. So yay, I love that for me. I hope more than anything, you guys just feel seen when you watch this channel. Hope it inspires you to read, even if it's just one book, even if it's just one chapter at night before bed. You don't need to read 52 books, 10, 20, 100 in order to be a reader. You don't. Just find the genre that works for you. Try different genres. As you see, I've read fiction in this vlog, and we did a nonfiction memoir. I love that for us. I read books that are diverse. This is by an Asian author. So yeah, just see what works for you. Keep me in your prayers with this whole balancing, like, work-life balance. I am like, are you kidding me? What have I signed up for? I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm hopeful, and yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to prioritize self-care, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Look who lost a tooth. Say cheese.
Say cheese. Say cheese.
So funny. I still gonna go home. I stopped in your guys' fridge. Oh, girl, hush. Oh my god. Ew. That is like the worst part about reading outside. Oh, bumblebees. One of the main reasons I don't work full time is because I gotta swing by the store and get some bits. Well, shoot, at one point I didn't have to. Husband, he was able to cover it. It was fine. It's a hard week. I literally worked 3 days. The biggest reason I have not worked full time is because of her and her schedule. Like, I don't have anyone to pick her up and drop her off. So I'm very grateful that Tristan is home from college for the summer and she's been able to help. Anyway, oh, dang, sorry, that was my cell phone. So anyway, if this happens tonight and I have to go to work in the morning, what am I going to do? I'm just like, oh my God, I already have so much anxiety about it. Tristan does not have a car. She had 2 cars. She messed both of them up. I have to show you guys my summer screensaver. It's so cute. Isn't it cute? For now, she's using my car, and I'm just getting around how I get around. I mean, we're really winging it here. Oh my God. And so that's another reason I was like, this is not gonna work. I don't even know how I'm gonna get to work in the morning. Love the colors of this book. I think Lily's coming. Oh. Oh God, I better wrap it up.